You've felt it. That longing for a home that feels peaceful again, and a heart that feels steady again. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are finally moving at a gentler pace. I felt that longing too. Hello everyone, my name is Kerry, and welcome to the Unhurried Way. I'm really glad you are here. I create voiceover devotionals for Christian women who want to live with more intention, more presence, and more awareness of God in the everyday rhythms. The laundry, the dishes, the homeschooling, the work, the bedtime routines. And I'll say this, I create these because I needed them first. I create these for me. For years, I lived faster than my soul could keep up with. And somewhere in the middle of motherhood, marriage, and work, I realized that I was missing God in the very places He was trying to meet with me. These devotionals are meant to keep your company as you move through your day, almost like a friend walking beside you, reminding you that God is near you. Psalm 46 verse 10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Let's slow down with Him for a moment. There is a verse that reshaped my life. A few years ago, I came across John 17 verse 4, and it stopped me in my tracks. Jesus says, "I have glorified you on the earth. I have done what you have given me to do." And something about that verse became a kind of soundtrack for my life. Because when I looked closely at Jesus' life, all He accomplished, all the people He healed, all the teaching, all the redeeming, I realized something I had never truly seen before. Jesus lived completely unhurried. He was never frantic, never rushed, never pulled apart by the pressure or the demands of the crowd. And that realization began reshaping me. God started to gently transform the way I moved through my home, my motherhood, my marriage, and my work. Not by adding more tasks, but by slowing my pace. He began showing me that a meaningful life doesn't have to be a hurried one, and that He was present in the ordinary moments we tend to rush past. And here's the truth. If we are Christ followers, then our life's mission is simple: to become more like Jesus. And Jesus lived unhurried, not careless, not passive, not disengaged, but deeply present, deeply intentional, and deeply connected to His Father. That means unhurried living is more than a trend, more than a schedule or a routine. Unhurried living is an act of obedience. It's choosing to move at the pace God has set for us to live, instead of the pace culture demands from us. And as I studied Jesus' unhurried nature, I realized something. God designed you and me to live unhurried, even in the midst of life's demands. Unhurried living is for every season, every schedule, and every level of responsibility. Not just for the empty nesters, not just for people with quiet lives, not just for those who live in the countryside, but for mothers, homemakers, caregivers, business owners, students, all of us. And because that truth has settled so deeply in my own life, because unhurried living is really for all of us, I want to share 7 gentle devotional practices that have quietly transformed my home and my heart. Each one is simple, doable, and rooted in Scripture. Let's begin. Tip number 1. Start your day with one still moment. Psalm 46 verse 10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Before the noise, before the task, before the expectations, take one still moment with God. For a long time, I thought I needed a full quiet time routine for it to count. But what my soul really needed was one honest pause, one moment to pray, "Lord, restore my soul, take charge of my day." Then spend a few moments in prayer and scripture, focusing on quality, not quantity. This one pause sets the tone for my entire day. Tip number 2, do one thing at a time. Colossians 3 verse 23 says, "Whatever you do, do it heartily, as to the Lord." Multitasking feels productive, but it's not. And I know we were taught that it's ideal, but it fractures our ability to be present. I used to juggle multiple things all at once, mentally and physically, and I didn't realize how much it was draining me. Christian slow living begins with doing one thing fully, gently, intentionally, before moving to the next thing. And it's amazing. It's amazing how much peace returns when your attention is whole. Tip number 3, create small anchors of peace. 1 Corinthians 14 verse 33 says, "For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace." This could be a tidy corner, a candle you light, a playlist that's soft and calming, a simple routine. What says peace to your heart? What calls you back to God? For me, it's noticing new leaves on my plants and flowers on my kitchen counter, or scripture flashcards that match my season. These small anchors remind your heart to slow down and to breathe. Tip number 4, practice gentle transitions. Isaiah 30 verse 15 says, "In quietness and in trust shall be your strength." Instead of rushing to the next thing, take a breath, stretch, drink water, pray, "Lord, be with me in this next thing." I used to jump from one task to the next without noticing the shift, and it left me feeling scattered and drained. Transitioning intentionally helps us to slow down and acknowledge God as we move to the next thing He has assigned to our day. Tip number 5, lower the noise, internally and externally. Psalm 131 verse 2 says, "I have calmed and quieted my soul." This can be hard if you're a mom of littles or you work in a noisy environment. I get it. But even then, you can create pockets of audible rest. Quiet time for the kids, a morning basket, a few minutes of silence in the car. Turn down the background noise. Limit notifications. Speak more gently to yourself. You can be quiet internally even if your externals are loud, just like Jesus. Tip number 6, honor your body's need for rest. Matthew 11 verse 28 says, "Come to me and I will give you rest." I'm learning, and I love to say that rest is a person. Rest is Jesus. Rest isn't a place I finally arrive at, or a moment I have to earn, or a break I have to justify. And somehow that makes rest feel closer, available, accessible, reachable. It means rest can move with me. It doesn't wait for my house to be quiet, or my schedule to calm down, or my emotions to settle. Jesus moves with me. Rest isn't laziness. it isn't weakness, it's obedience and trust. And tip number 7, invite God into the ordinary moments. Zechariah 4 verse 10 says, "Do not despise the day of small things." Slow living becomes a gift when you remember that God is in the laundry, the dishes, the errands, the homeschooling, the work, the car rides, the bedtime routines, the potty training, your real life. The messy, loud, imperfect one is holy ground because God is in it. All of your life is your spiritual life. So if your soul is longing for a slower rhythm, if you're tired of rushing through your days, if you want to live with intention, presence, and peace, you're not alone. And you don't have to change your whole life to begin. Just start with one gentle shift, one slower moment, one deeper breath, one simple prayer to God. Because hurry is not holy, and hurry is not required for you to fulfill your God-given purpose. Because the unhurried way, it is Jesus' way, and He designed you in every season with every responsibility to live at the pace of grace. Let's take a moment to pause. Drop your shoulders, soften your jaw, let your breath slow. Our scripture pause for today is Psalm 23, verse 3. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Our breath prayer. You restore my soul, Lord. I release what I cannot carry. And our promise to claim, I can slow down because I am restored in Jesus. I can slow down because I am restored in Jesus.